Welcome back, YouTube. I want to take a few moments and talk to you guys about steep turns. Steep turns were one of the easiest and the hardest things I did during my flight training. So why was it the easiest? Well, when I first started, I was in a Cessna 172. And once I kind of got the idea of what the instructor wanted and find a bolt on the edge of the plane out by the propeller, put it on the horizon, and keep it there until you do 360 degrees. Once I kind of figured out which bolt to use or which rivet, it wasn't really hard. Now, did I really know what I was doing? Did I really watch all the gauges? Did I have a good, clear understanding of what was going on outside? No. But as a very, very, very new pilot with just a few hours, I could do that and was very successful. So I did the 172 for a few hours, then I ended up switching to the Piper 180. Same thing. Had a lot of success with just putting that bolt rivet out on the edge of the airplane on the horizon and following it all the way around. Obviously, depending on if I was going left or right, it was a different rivet or bolt. But success was very easy. Was able to nail it within margin every time. So during the course of my training, the Piper 180 that I was flying at the school I was attending had some issues and was taken out of service. And I had to make a choice of which plane to switch to. I'd already been in the 172, and so I thought, you know what, I'm going to try something different, a different plane, and I switched to the DA-40, which is quite a bit different than the Piper and the Cessna. The biggest thing was when I went to do steep turns in the Diamond, it's all smooth. The whole outer cowling is all smooth. There's no rivets, there's no bolts. And so to try to find where I'm at when I'm doing my steep turns was very problematic. And I actually really, really struggled while I was trying to do those steep turns and trying to learn those steep turns. And even after I'd soloed and went out and practiced on my own, I had to get the instructor back in the plane and try to work through where I was missing it. So in some ways, I'm much better at steep turns now, but I'm looking outside more. I'm more engaged with the controls, with the instruments when I'm doing a steep turn. But when I was practicing, I would go to 45 degrees, and the next thing I know, I'm climbing 900 feet a minute, or I'm diving 900 feet a minute. And as you guys know, if you're studying to be a private pilot, you've got to keep it within plus or minus 100 feet. And you want to stay right pretty close to that 45-degree angle. So what I did, and what kind of the conclusion that the instructor and I came to, is I needed to go all the way to 45, and then I could worry about pitch. I was trying to pitch back too soon, and that's really what helped me be successful. And actually, for my check ride, my steep turns were dead on. It was plus or minus 5 feet, which is really pretty good. But I just took the stick, and when the steep turn started, I just went to 45. Just go all the way to 45. As soon as you get 45, then you worry about your altitude, if you need to add power or whatever it is. But I found that once I just committed to go to 45 and then check everything after that, it was a lot easier. The other thing I found, even though there wasn't a rivet or a bolt out there for me to look at, once I got to 45, I kind of had a spot on the edge of the airplane that I could kind of watch on the horizon. It wasn't easy for me to just randomly find it, but once I got there, I was kind of able to hold that as well as kind of watch the instruments and look outside some in order to complete the 45 degree steep turn successfully each and every time. So if you're having trouble, feel free to leave comments. As we go through this challenge of becoming a pilot and learning more about flying even after your first step is done, it's good to have those conversations and to continue to improve. So I hope this helps you. Keep practicing, keep working. You can get there. That I'm sure.